Live stream again, this time in English again, because I have to also support my English viewers, you people. Yeah, the thing is buying a Tesla really a good investment in the Philippines? And I can say yes, of course it is, because you have the province and you have so many nice potholes in the road that every Tesla will love it here. Now, I'm not really talking about Tesla, who needs this. I talk about electric vehicles that are available here in the Philippines, and yes, you can buy them, and it's not so easy. And of course, first you need to have a, let's say, solar plant like me on your roof. Yeah, the solar plant is still working, and the next steps for the next 2 to 3 weeks to come, or 3 to 4 weeks to come, is that I will upgrade it, because I plan to invest in solar vehicles. And also I noticed that if it's a little bit cloudy, the output is a little too low to run the house and charge the battery. And especially if the washing machine is running and using the water pump, which unfortunately is a defect, that really uses a lot of power. So if you use a water pump, it's really 1 kilowatt per hour this this appliance is using. And if you use solar, then you really see the thing goes up. Also, I noticed while I'm working from home now, my computer system is running and drawing 250 watt per hour, and then the aircon is running and the other aircon is running. So we have, while I'm working, the consumption of the house is usually 1.2 kilowatt per hour. And now it's dark, so we use this from the battery. So the battery was only 10 kilowatt, but a usable capacity of maybe 7.5 kilowatt. The battery does not really last that long when I'm working and the aircon is running. So that's why I first have to invest in the second battery, because my system, and I will show you this on the app here, because you can clearly see this. So at the moment, the system is really nicely working. And for today, it was a little bit cloudy. I always have to reduce the brightness, because Apple's camera here in the iMac is not capable of this. And you can see this is really an interesting curve, because you see in the morning it was very cloudy, so it's not really generating that much power. Then it goes up to 4 kilowatt. But then in the afternoon, there's a steep drop. And this is happening when the battery is fully charged and the inverter cannot put the solar power anywhere. So it switches off the solar panels, and only the consumption from the house is coming from the solar, until in the afternoon the solar goes down and then the Veco kicks in. And you can see this even better on other days, like here, where you really can see. Here it is around 1 o'clock, 1 p.m., and suddenly, it's down, because all this is left here. There is, you could say, a triangle of power I cannot use. So my solar panels with 4 kilowatt, they are really producing more power than I use in the house and can store in the battery. And here you can see it even much better. So here we were out, and in the morning, 12 o'clock, and in the afternoon, you can mirror this over, and all this is missing here. And this is the energy I lose. So my advice is really invest in batteries, because one guy notified me that net metering is not a cash out machine, and he said it's not good because you cannot cash out the money if you do net metering. So I checked this online, and there is regulations for net metering, but it's not so easy. First thing, if you go for net metering, So I now will explain you that net metering is a choice, but on the other side, it's the last choice you should consider when investing, because first you have to pay a lot of money for the local power supplier to check your connection and your lines and everything. This can be around 30,000 peso that you have to pay before you get the net metering. And also the process takes 2 to 3 months. So it takes a lot of time before they install the new meter. The second part is actually I buy power from Veco at around 13 peso per kilowatt hour. But from my understanding, the amount they pay me if I sell my power is limited to a maximum of 5 peso. So if I sell this, I don't get the same amount back if ever I need power from Veco. So I sell 1,000 peso power, but I maybe only get back 300 peso or less. So this is not really a good business, I would say. Then the next thing is the amount of power you sell, this money you earn is credited to your electric bill. And first is used up against what you consumed as electricity, because even now I'm on solar and battery. There's still times in the night when the battery is empty, so the Veco kicks in and delivers me. And that way, all the money you sell, Veco gets back by selling you the electricity. But because I only get 5 peso and have to pay 13 peso, it's a loss for me. That way I can say, before you consider using the net metering, buy a bigger battery. It's really more worse, because the power you generate, you can consume yourself and you don't have to buy expensive from Veco. The thing is, if you now plan to build a huge plant and sell this to Veco, then there will be a point where you sell more power to Veco than you can use yourself. So in the end, the credit in your electricity account will rise and rise and rise. And there is a possibility that at the end of every year, you can go to your local power supplier and tell them to cash out the money that you have in your account. This possibility exists, and you should be aware of this. But in the end, you don't really will earn that much, because you get only 5 peso per kilowatt or less. So my advice is really, if you invest in solar, check how much panels you need. And if, like me, you notice, I'm not really using that much energy and I lose parts of this energy, then buy a second battery and store it, because with a second battery I can run through the night, and this will give me another, I would say, 150 kilowatt per month I save, and the next bills in June, July will maybe be only 500 peso or less. Even I will start using more electricity, because second part of this video, is Tesla a good buy, a good invest in the Philippines? The last 2 days I was checking out the local Tesla dealers here in the Cebu city. We have a lot of them. Not really. Unfortunately, most of the electric vehicles still are sold in Manila. There's one company, NVOW, they are selling here. They have one branch here in Tabunok near the flyover, and one in Mandaue. And I was able to go there to check what they offer. I'd get as many as my roof would fit. That's a great idea, only at even. You will lose most of this if you don't use it, because selling it to Veco, I explained 10 minutes ago, 15, So check this out about net metering. It's not the best idea. I will now show you the better idea that I have. So I went to the NVOW shop. I will make a video of this also, because I think I now have solar on my roof. I use it mostly to power the house, but still there's solar that I have to store in the batteries to use it at night. If the batteries are full, I can use it to run through the night. But what I will do is I will upgrade my system from 4 kilowatt to 5.5 kilowatt. This gives me 1.5 kilowatt more on a good sunny day. This power I can also use to store it in batteries during the day. But those batteries are used to run electric tricycles. And this is the electric tricycle one can see here in the area a lot. This is popular. This is booming in the Philippines. And they sell those tricycles for just 25,000 peso without the batteries. A battery is the expensive part. Usually they sell it with a lead acid battery, and that's the problem because those lead acid batteries are simple. So there is no battery management, and you just plug it in and charge it until it's fuller the fullest, and the next day you run it until it's emptier the emptiest. And that's not the way to use a lead acid battery. So if you use lead acid batteries, I find a very, very good comparison about battery technology. And for lead acid batteries, you can imagine a water tank filled with water. But also inside this huge water tank is a sponge. So we all know how a sponge, if you fill it with water and then you hold it up, you see the water is running out until maybe 50% of the sponge is empty. And then you will notice the water gets smaller and smaller. There's still water in the sponge, but it's not really getting out. So then you have to start squeezing the sponge to get out the same water. And this happens also with lead acid batteries. That's why you should use them from full to only 50% capacity and then fill them up, because after 50% you don't really get the power out easily. So you have to suck on the battery to get it out, and it's not the best. The second thing, what happens to a lead acid battery if you don't really charge it well, if you only charge a lead acid battery always maybe to 90 or 95 or 98 or 99%, it's like the sponge. If you fill the tank again with water, but you leave a little bit on top over and out, this little part of the sponge will start to dry out. And over time, this amount of dried out sponge gets more and more and more. And if you ever have a dried sponge and you put it under the water, you will notice how long it takes and how difficult it is to get water in this dry sponge again. And that's the same happening with this lead acid battery. The part that is degenerated over time because you don't charge it to the maximum to keep it wet. This part grows over time, and this degenerates the battery, and that's why usually if you don't care for a lead acid battery, it is ruined after a year. Our neighbor Edmond, he is the electric tricycle driver. He now complains that his battery is after 1 year is nearly down because he just plugs and plays and there's no battery management. So, and you need to look in, they sell this on Lazada also. NWOW is the dealer, the one I found. NWOW shop, I give you NWOW. So that's it called. But they charge 18,000 peso for delivery. That's a little high. But there's also Kuruma e-bikes. So if you look on Lazada, you find some dealers. Most of them are in Manila. So I also will go for delivery, but I don't get the better electric vehicles here in Cebu. But my idea is, now I have all this power on my roof, and you maybe have this power on your roof in the province, and you charge your batteries, and then there's still power left because you can add things. I will go and buy me the lithium iron phosphate batteries for e-bikes. They are available. Unfortunately, for good ones, you need to buy them in America or with Alibaba. That's what I'm actually researching. Because these lithium iron phosphate batteries for e-bikes, they are the same size that the lead acid batteries we have now, but good batteries, they have a built-in battery management system. So this keeps track that the battery is balanced and not overcharged or undercharged. And the second good thing is they always have a built-in Bluetooth chip. And this you can use with the app on your cell phone to monitor the status of your battery in your electric tricycle. And if you now go on like Amazon USA and check how much is a 48 volt, 20 ampere hour lithium iron phosphate battery, you see it's around 20,000 peso. Maybe there will be American prices is excluding VAT and shipping cost and everything. So maybe it will be around 30,000 peso. Mahal, you will say. But then I tell you how much is a lead acid battery you buy now. Yeah, it's usually 10,000 peso for the lead acid battery you use, and then it lasts 1 year, and if you care, it lasts maybe 2 years. So every 2 years you need to buy a new lead acid batteries, 10,000 peso each. After 10 years, you spend 50,000 peso or more only in those batteries. If you buy the lithium iron phosphate battery with a built-in battery management, and you care this also, it lasts 10 years. So, and it costs you only 30,000 peso maybe once. So in the end, investing more money now saves you a lot of money in the long run. It's just a calculation. That's why I say I will go and find the lithium iron phosphate batteries to use in these electric tricycles, because they really have a good compartment to use. Where's my pictures? So here under the seat, you can see this is the compartment, and there you can easily store two or 3 or 4 batteries. Usually there is 2 batteries inside, 24 volt, 20 amp hours in series now. But the lithium iron phosphate is maybe a little smaller, so maybe I can place 2 batteries in this. And that's the good thing. They also have other electric things like this one, yeah, but it's a little expensive. Yeah, this is a small truck for the province, for the barangay. Only you have no cover, so it's only for the sunshine and not for rainy days. What I'm interested in, they also have the electric scooters, but with the electric scooter, yeah, or a small electric bicycle, motorcycle, you always have to look how. Usually there's only one battery built in, yeah, and these batteries are usually heavy. So if you are unlucky, like I was in Germany when I had one, you run out of battery 2 kilometers from your home. Yeah, you're on the way home and battery died. And then you can ask yourself, I just push it. It's only 2 kilometers. But some of these bikes, the motor is built in the tire. So if you start pushing, the motor is generating power and recharging the battery, but that breaks the motorcycle. So I tried to push my motorcycle. It was impossible. I could not push it because the motor was breaking. Yeah, because as soon I turned it 300 watt, it's not possible. So this is one thing you have to consider when buying an electric motorcycle. Can you really push it without battery installed or with no power running? The second thing you have always to make sure is, can you carry the battery? Yeah, or is it built in? They have motorcycles, the battery is built in, you cannot access it. So if the battery is empty and there is no store around of an electric outlet, you are lost. So make sure that you have a removable battery so that you can maybe walk a kilometer to some bar or whatever where you can ask, can I charge my battery? And of course, these batteries are heavy. Yeah. So if you want to carry 12 or 15 kilo on your back, have fun at 35 degrees in the sun. So this is why I prefer a motorcycle like this one, or a trike. Yeah, always the same. I prefer like this design because under the seat is space in the compartment for 2 batteries. So I can run this with 1 battery. And if this is empty, I still have my second battery that will bring me home. Okay. Or what you need is a tricycle. Yeah. Like this. If the battery is empty on this, you are lost because this battery is built in and you cannot get it out. So how will you charge it somewhere in the province where the next power outlet is miles away? Yeah. So, and which one was it? I don't have it here. Yeah, here, this one. So they have also, I show you that one, only this one you cannot see here. Like those, you will see also, this is also electric motorcycle, but what you need to make sure is this one has no pedals. Yeah. So here, I would say here, there's no pedals for manually moving it. There is also electric bicycles like this available with pedals, and they are much better in case the battery is empty because you still can pedal home. So, but unfortunately, they don't have the unit I wanted to buy. What's going on here? Why is this not work? Stupid. So they have these electric tricycles. You have the front wheel and 2 in the back, but I don't like it because the stability is not so good. If you go into a curve, it might fall down. So a tricycle is never that stable than a 4-wheel cart. And also you need to make sure how much storage space you have in these tricycles, because the tricycle they showed me, there is no compartment under the driver's seat. So I use up the driver's seat completely. That's 1 person. And there's 2 seats for 1 seat for the passengers in the back for 2 more people. So this electric tricycle is half the size of a sedan, I would say. Just take a sedan, cut it in half, and that's the size of this from the length and the width. But the compartment under the passenger seats holds the 2 batteries, and there's no space left. So this tricycle, unfortunately, it has no storage space. So you can ride around with it, but you cannot put, you can put your grocery in it. But if you want to have a bag under your seat so that it's a little secure, it's not possible. So this one is not what I can consider. So I found a company in Manila. They sell these golf cart style ones. Yeah, and you see 2 wheels in the front, and so this is a 4-wheel buggy or golf cart, and it has a roof and everything. And this unit costs 75,000 peso without a discount, and battery is included. I will replace it so I can get a little money back for the batteries, I think. Unfortunately, this one is 9,000 peso for shipping. So, but on the end, this one is much better than the tricycle, because this one has 3 + 2 seats, but I think the compartments are much better. I need to get them to make me some pictures. So buying electric vehicles in the Philippines is difficult because not so broaden. So there's one dealer now in China. I asked about electric cars because they sell also electric cars. Yeah, real cars, not Teslas. And this will be the next 2 to 3 weeks that I check what to get. The first thing I do is upgrading the solar from 4 kilowatt now to 5.5 and install a second battery, and then get one of these electric tricycles and 1 or 2 batteries. And getting 2 batteries is not bad because then I can exchange, and I can also use them on an inverter to generate power. And this is what I plan for the next coming weeks, besides working. And this is still one issue, because while I work 9 hours I work 5 days a week, 9 hours. So I have no time to do anything else. Yeah. And that's why in the morning I still try to do a little bit for YouTube, but time is limited because at the moment I'm always running around trying to fix other things and do other things. So now we have no more viewers. The music is out. I don't know why people are here. The music is out. I have to start. The music is back. Yeah. So if you watch now, hello, 0 viewers, because now I also have to make sure more people start watching my channel. So if you have a solar, I can just advise you build it a little bigger and invest in an electric car, or not an electric car, but this electric buggies or golf carts, because you get them licensed by LTO. So there is a regulation for electric cars, vehicles, whatever. And these tricycles and four-wheelers, they are in the section L6, as far I'm sure. And they are allowed to run on the roads. So you get a plate for this and you are allowed to drive it with a driver's license. The only problem is that some barangays and municipalities, they don't allow electric vehicles on their roads. So I can just ask people, hey guys, what are you thinking of? It's the future. Yeah, we have to save money. If you are driving your government-sponsored Mitsubishi or Toyota, that's fine, but my Mitsubishi is not government sponsored. So please let us drive electric vehicles to save the environment also, because I calculated when I drive the 15 kilometers from my home to SM City and back, that costs me now nearly 200 peso for diesel. Diesel is now 80 peso per liter. And then I say, if I need 3 liter or 4 liter for going this distance, that's 200 to 240 peso. While the power from the sun I get is free. It just takes maybe 20 minutes longer to go there, but hey, I can enjoy the heat in the city and the nice flavors of the city, because I have no aircon and no indoor like this. So getting an electric vehicle in the Philippines and driving around with it is also getting more to the Philippine culture directly. But it's not bad. I wouldn't do this if I wouldn't like it. And I'm a YouTuber. Usually those vehicles have ranges 40 to 50 kilometers. So with 2 or 3 batteries, I can go to Boracay. No problem. I'm just a YouTuber filming my road trip. So what else do you like to see in my channel? I don't know. You have to answer me this. This week is not much happening because I did some videos with my DJ Osmo Pocket 2, but I have to make them and this always takes time. I will upload this and then it's May, then I have to get the money to upgrade. Unfortunately, my money is in shares, and share markets worldwide is down because, thank you, we have this war in Europe going on, and then we have Corona going on, and so I have to see how to sell something that I earn money and not lose it. And this will be the next about 10 days to 2 weeks, or if I'm unlucky, 3 weeks. And then I have the money to upgrade the solar install and get an electric tricycle, and then it's getting better here. And hopefully I will in the future find also more time to do videos of the Philippines, and not just me sitting in my office here. But it always depends on the time I have. One viewer, hi. Yeah, this is why now I also will end this live stream, because it's not so much if there's no viewers. I will try one thing now, because the live streams, they are not so much watched in the after I finish now, no one really sees it in the stream. So now I will download this live stream and upload it again as a video, and that way I get more viewers. Yeah. So if you have a YouTube channel and you do some live streams, then just check how many views you get during the live stream, and I can just give you the tip: after your live stream, download it and upload it again. Unfortunately, I lose the 3 and 4 chats that you had done, but that's not much of a loss. Yeah, I need to. Usually I do the live stream now every Tuesday around 8 o'clock, because that's when most of my viewers are there. But even if I notify this on Facebook, like last week, it's not giving so much attention. So that's why I now have to change it, download it, upload it as a video again. I think this will get more attention in the long run. Okay, Evan, you need to tell me how to produce your name. Okay. So thank you for watching, and please come back, because solar is still one of the main nerdy projects I'm doing. But the next is electric vehicles. Yeah, because I like the idea running around with this golf cart in the city, and everybody's, what's this foreigner doing? Uvun. I think it's Ewan. But maybe one day we meet when I'm the famous blogger and I greet all my disciples. Yeah. Okay, guys, I don't like to make it longer than necessary. Let's end it now. Next week again around 8 o'clock, because hopefully then it's a good time for everybody to watch. And I hope you had a little fun. And if you have questions, don't be shy to ask. I answer the questions as honestly I am capable of. And then, so let's see you next week. Bye-bye.